I never thought I'd find myself back in the Appalachians, not after 4 years hunched over textbooks and cheap coffee in a city that never really felt like home. But there I was, fresh out of college, my degree still warm from the printer, and the world outside feeling both impossibly wide and suffocatingly small. Jaime sat beside me in the battered old sedan, humming to a song on the radio. The kind that fades in and out the deeper you drive into the mountains. Every mile we put between us and the city felt like shedding a layer of skin. This trip, it was our escape. A week in a secluded cabin, no deadlines, no job applications, no expectations, just us, the woods, and whatever silence we could carve out for ourselves. Jaime had found the place online, an old, weather-beaten cabin perched on a forgotten ridge, a few hours' drive from any town worth naming. The last stretch of road was little more than a scar through the trees, gravel popping under our tires, deer darting through the brush like ghosts. The cabin appeared around a bend, half swallowed by pine and shadow. Its roof sagged with age, the porch warped and splintered. A single window stared back at us, dark and empty. Jaime, this is perfect. Exactly what we needed. I tried to smile, to match their energy. But something about the woods unsettled me. The way the shadows seemed to pull at the base of the trees. The silence that pressed in when the car went quiet, like the forest was holding its breath. That night we cooked dinner over the old gas stove, canned soup, bread, nothing fancy. Jaime played music through a dusty old radio we'd found on the mantel. The signal was thin, but it filled the room with warmth. Later we sat on the porch and watched the fireflies blink into the night. The air was damp, earthy, still. Jaime, you ever think we could just stay? Forget all that other stuff? I didn't answer, because in that moment, the thought didn't feel peaceful. It felt like a warning. The next morning, Jaime was still asleep. I stepped outside with a cup of weak coffee, watching the steam twist in the cool air. But when I turned back toward the cabin, that's when I saw it. A muddy footprint just inside the front door, too large to be Jaime's, too fresh to have been there before. I told myself it was nothing, a trick of the light. But I double-locked the door that night, and I slept with the flashlight in my hand. On the third day, we followed a trail behind the cabin, or what passed for one. It was little more than a faint thinning in the trees. No markers, no signs, just a feeling. A mile in, we found the first sign, 12 stones, arranged in a perfect circle, each one carved with symbols, crude, deep, deliberate. Jaime, these look like runes, or symbols or something, maybe settlers, or like creepy art project vibes. They were too clean, the lines too fresh. Someone had been here. Then the tree. Bark stripped in vertical gouges, tall, too tall for any animal I knew. Sap bled down like old scars. Jaime said maybe a bear, but the marks were too symmetrical, too purposeful. At lunch, we barely spoke. Even Jaime, usually a river of words, went quiet. Then we saw it, a bundle of animal bones, tied together with twine, swinging gently from a low branch. Jaime, that's not natural. They stepped back. I reached out and stopped myself. Something about the way it creaked in, the breeze like it wasn't meant to be touched. The next night there were 2 knocks. The one after that, something scraped against the window, slow, deliberate. Jaime saw it first. Jaime, there's something out there. I saw it, between the trees, just standing there. I looked, but there was nothing. Still, I believed them, because something had changed. The woods weren't just watching us anymore, they were waiting. That night, it knocked just once. Jaime froze. Jaime, did you hear that? We stared at the door. No footsteps, no voice, just a single knock, and then silence.